Starting at guard, number 3, Junior Lenny Tangashaka. Starting at guard, number 4, sophomore Marquise White. Starting at guard, number 2, senior captain Malik White. At forward, number 5, senior captain Stevens Josine. And at forward, number 24, senior captain Evans Apaya. The Blue Devils are led by their assistant coaches, Don Kaiser, Brittany Wilson, and their head coach, Kaylon Jenkins. And now, please join me in welcoming your Abington Green Wave varsity basketball team. Starting tonight for the Green Wave, at guard, number 14, senior Antoine Graham Jr. Starting at forward, number 5, senior Deshaun Leggett. Starting at guard, number 2, senior Drew Donovan. At forward, number 10, senior Jeremiah Ismias. And starting at guard, number 3, senior captain Tommy Fanara. The Green Wave are led by assistant coaches Jay Brown, Chris Marquardt, Bud Madden, Tom Carey, and Chris Ty, and their head coach, Peter Serino. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you all please rise and remove your hats as we pay tribute to our country and to those who defend our freedom by playing our national anthem.
Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, basketball fans of all ages, hello, and welcome into the gymnasium here on the campus of Abington High School for a absolutely massive South Shore League matchup. It's the Randolph Blue Devils and your Abington Green Wave. As always, I'm Mad Dog Matt Nelson, joined alongside Dr. James Madden. Doc, nothing says start the week off with a bang on a Monday evening than a phenomenal top 5 matchup.
Exactly. The Green Wave come in this one, I believe 9-3. Randolph is red hot. They come into this one 10-1. Their only loss being their first game of the season by 2 points to a good Middleborough team. Randolph, having won 10 straight, is looking to make it 11 straight, and it's going to be probably the toughest matchup though so far this season for the Green Wave.
Evans Apaya is in to take the opening tip against Jeremiah Ismias. Apaya wins it, and now it's back to Marquise White. The other Randolph starters, Lenny Tangashaka, Marquise White, Stevens Josine, and then it is Apaya and Tangashaka. Meanwhile, for the Green Wave, the normal starting lineup: Tommy Fanara, Antoine Graham Jr., Drew Donovan, Deshaun Leggett, and Jeremiah Ismias. Ismias underhand pass to Fanara for the fadeaway 2. It's good, James.
That's something, hopefully for the Green Wave, he can get going early. He's had trouble so far getting going early in the first quarter, second quarter. Hopefully for the Green Wave, he can get hot, make some shots start to fall, and really find a rhythm here early on.
The Green Wave turn it over on the far side. Malik White letting it roll out of play. The Blue Devils wearing their visiting royal blue jerseys and shorts with black trim around the white numbers and lettering. The Green Wave in their home white jerseys and shorts with green outline around the white numbers and lettering. And this is White. He gives to Josine. Now it's White. Takes the jumper. Takes some contact. No call. Green Wave coming off pretty entertaining one here last week against the Rockland Bulldogs. Victorious in that one. Very emotional matchup that was, James.
Yeah, and every game between Rockland and Abington usually is a thriller, and that was nothing short of one. The Green Wave played real well in the second half. The first half they kind of struggled offensively. I believe they were down 2 at halftime. They were able to battle back and win the game. And it was really an energetic one, and I can assume that this will be similar given the South Shore League implications that are proposed in tonight's game.
Fanara calling the travel violation for the referees, who agreed with him. It seems as though we have a beach theme tonight, James, for the student section.
Yeah, it was actually a late call. They didn't have a theme until around 1 o'clock today, so not many people in their beach attires. They didn't have enough time to prepare, but...
Leggett crisscrossing in the corner. Running out of room, able to float it to Fanara. Fanara finger rolls it up off the glass and in. Four 0 Green Wave, 6:13 to go in the first quarter. The kick out to the corner, now to the charity stripe for Tangashaka. His floater is good. And Randolph is now on the board.
And that's something that's going to propose a challenge for the Green Wave tonight. Randolph is definitely one of the bigger teams they'll face all season. They're very long and athletic. Hopefully for the Green Wave, they can try and stop them on the offensive side of the floor.
Josine, full extension, lays it up and in to tie it back up at 4. Now Antoine Graham Jr. bringing it up for the Green Wave. Turns it over to Tangashaka, who puts it off the glass and in. Fanara looking fast break the other way. Nice pass over to Ismius, who is fouled on his way up. The call will be on Lenny Tangashaka. They're going to call Evans Apaya for the block.
And the last time these two teams faced was back in the South Shore League final last year here at Abington High School. And that was
They played two times within 7 days, back-to-back Friday nights.
Yeah, and that was definitely a high-energy game as well. The Green Wave, I believe, won by 8 or 9, and they were able to win the South Shore League title. Obviously, the Green Wave has some of the same players, Antoine Graham, Tommy Fanara, playing key roles once again, but definitely a different lineup for the Green Wave. So, most of these guys' first time playing Randolph in a high-pressure situation, high-pressure game.
Ismius 2 for 2 at the charity stripe to tie it up at 6. The Blue Devils are ranked number 1 in Division 4. The Green Wave in the latest rankings are ranked number 4 in Division 3.
And we saw in the ratings, Green Wave made a big jump. They were 11th, and they won 3 straight, 4 straight, and moved up to number 4. So hopefully with the Green Wave, they can continue that winning streak tonight.
Power move by Antoine Graham Jr. as the two teams going haymaker for haymaker. A 3 from the top of the key for Malik White. Man-to-man defense on for the Blue Devils. Fanara able to get through. Now kicks it to Graham for the 3. It's no good, but Antoine Graham Jr. is fouled beyond the arc. He'll be at the line for 3.
And something the Green Wave are going to need to put a stop to tonight is the senior duo for Randolph. Both captains, Malik White and Stevens Josine, they've been big players for Randolph for the past 2 or 3 years. And Stevens Josine has been tremendous in the South Shore League this year, one of the best players in the league, as well as Malik White. So hopefully for the Green Wave, they can find a way to stop them offensively and put themselves in a position to win this game.
Meanwhile, James, for the Green Wave, you never know who is going to be the hot hand of the night against Rockland. It happened to be Drew Donovan and Jeremiah Ismius.
And yeah, they noticed, their 2 stars per se weren't having their greatest night. So that's been the Green Wave's mentality all season, just next man up. No excuses, and that's what we saw in a big game against Rockland, a big South Shore League matchup. They didn't let the pressure get to them, and they succeeded and put the Green Wave in a position to win last Tuesday night.
3 for 3 from the charity stripe goes Antoine Graham Jr. We are tied once again at 11. If anybody out there is tracking lead changes tonight, hit me on Twitter to keep track of them, because there's already been about a dozen of them, and we're only 3.5 minutes in. Tangashaka inbounds to White. White fouled. I think they're going to get Leggett for the hit. White will be at the line for 2. That is the first foul committed by the Green Wave. White misses his first. This game, James, might come down to the free throws.
And given the records, the Green Wave and Randolph are both 8-1 in the South Shore League, so a lot of people are expecting a hard-fought game, and I'm hoping for a hard-fought game. We've had some fun ones the past couple games, so hopefully we can see more of that tonight.
Offensive board for Tangashaka. He puts it up and in. Now Fanar able to break the press. He's called for the carry, and the Blue Devils will take possession of the ball. Toss into Tangashaka. Now it's White on the far side. He gives to Josine. White left alone underneath. It pops up and ends up rimming out. But the Blue Devils collected. A fresh 27 to shoot for them. Apaya down low. Reverse layup doesn't go. But Josine will be at the line for 2.
And that's something Randolph has done real well all season.
Said it went out of bounds. Green Wave ball?
I thought they called for a foul, but that's something Randolph has done real well all season, and I got a chance to watch their last game against Middleborough, and they are tremendous at finding open lanes, cutting away from the basket, cutting down low, and hopefully for the Green Wave they can prevent that tonight, and we saw it by Stevens Josine to get a quality look. Malik White as well got a really good look for Randolph, and those are the looks Randolph is going to want all night.
Fanara working against Marquise White. Floats it to the corner for Leggett. Leggett tosses out to Donovan. Half the shot clock gone for the Green Wave. Graham takes the deep 3. It's off the rim and no good, but the rebound punched out to Donovan. No backcourt violation as it was tipped. Fanara almost gets pushed out midair, but able to come down with it and reset. Now Fanara working against Marquise White. He is called for the travel. (14-11). Green Wave trailed by 3 with 3:10 to go in the first quarter. Malik White on the far side. Now it is Josine to Marquise White. Corner 3 left wide open is Apaya. That comes up well short. And Drew Donovan collects the air ball. Now bouncing a little bit too low for Ismius. It finds its way out of play.
And that's something the Green Wave are going to need to have tonight is his transition points. It's going to be tough for them to win on the outside, so they're really going to need to win on the inside with Jeremiah Ismius, Deshaun Leggett. Randolph is a very good perimeter defending team, so if the Green Wave want to find a lot more quality looks, they'll have to go inside with their big men like Jeremiah.
Paya driving baseline, kicks out for White's three-point attempt. No good. Offensive board. That doesn't go. Josine attempted that one. Spinning around now is Apaya, and Ismius collects the rebound. Graham drives in. Stops, pops, floats, no good. Apaya with the rebound for the Blue Devils, who are getting ready to make their first substitutions of the game. Isaiah Michael, Dylan Swinton, and Kyrese Codio will come in. Connor Pease will come in for the Green Wave. That's a size matchup. Expect him to go up against Kyrese Codio.
Yeah, Connor's one of the bigger kids on the team, as well as Codio for Randolph, and it's just going to be a lot of pushing and shoving between the two, I could imagine.
And they've already locked up in the paint. That's going to be the matchup to watch. Dylan Swinton gives to Marquise White. White floats it up and in. Not much you can do about that.
And yeah, he's been real good for Randolph all season. That's Marquise White. He is a young sophomore, so he's got a lot of room and a lot of growth and a lot of potential for Randolph in the next upcoming years, and he'll be a big player in the South Shore League for the next few years.
Graham finds a lane and gets fouled. The hold is called on Isaiah Michael. Mike Van Luling is going to come in for the Green Wave. Another one of those guys who does not shy away from the physical play.
In fact, he kind of thrives in the physical play. He was a physical player on the football field. I always say this about him, but that's what we saw all season. He kind of brings that football mentality out on the basketball court. He's definitely one of the better defenders on the Green Wave and he's one of the hardest workers, I can't even speak right now. He's one of the biggest hustlers for the Green Wave, and that's why Coach Serino and the Green Wave staff love him.
And in the spring, he plays lacrosse just for good measure. Another very, very physical sport. Marquise White finds Codio in the paint. Codio lays it up and in. Randolph extending their lead to 5, 18-13, a minute 23 to go in the first quarter. Graham drives in, puts it up, and a block called. It will go on Codio. Graham Jr. back at the charity stripe. Coach Kalon Jenkins didn't like the call. Graham hits his first.
And for the Green Wave, they need to do what Antoine just did, keep attacking the basket, keep trying to draw fouls on Randolph, keep going to the line. I believe, knock on wood, I believe they're 4 for 4 from the free throw line so far tonight, so just keep getting to the line and keep getting free throws.
5 for 5. All 5 of them have been drilled by Antoine Graham Jr. Marquise White drives in, floats it up off the metal. Pease fighting for the rebound. It's eventually brought down by Codio, who takes an extra step and is called for the travel violation.
It looks like another sophomore for Randolph coming in is number 22, Camden Rainford. Another one of their sophomore trio.
Fenara kicks out to Graham, who must have been thinking the catch and shoot three, at least initially. Now he goes reverse layup, didn't get quite enough height on it. The rebound goes to Tangashaka. Now White on the other end lays it up and in over Drew Donovan. 35 seconds to go, first quarter. Tommy Fenara with it for the Green Wave. They trail by 5, 20-15. Pease through heavy contact, can't bring it down. It is Michael coming away with it, spinning, shooting, no good. Pease has it taken away from him by Codio. Codio lays out Antoine Graham Jr. and hits the layup. Five on the clock for the Green Wave. Fenara floats it up and in. The buzzer will sound. And the first quarter has come to an end. All things considered, not a bad first quarter for the Green Wave. They scored 17 points. That is north of their season average of 12.5 in the first quarter, James. But they've got some work to do. They got to slow down the attack of the Randolph Blue Devils.
And yeah, exactly. It was an almost perfect start offensively. Definitely the start the Green Wave had wanted on the offensive end of the floor. The only thing is, defensively, it's going to be tough. Randolph's a talented team. One of, like I said earlier, probably the most talented team they'll face all season. They've been one of the better offensive teams in the South Shore League this season. So the Green Wave are going to need to try and limit their offensive attack, as well as limit their own turnovers. They've turned the ball over quite a few times tonight, so hopefully they can limit their turnovers and start to get more stops defensively and come back here in the second quarter.
Abington is giving up 13.1 points to their opponents throughout the first 12 games of the season. Randolph just put up 22 in the first frame. It is Ismius, Pease, Fanara, Van Luling, and Donovan for the Green Wave. Malik White, Isaiah Michael, Marquise White, Dylan Swinton, Tyrese Codio, and Camden Rainford on for the Blue Devils. Donovan hits the 2 to bring us back within 3 points. Donovan trying to get in the passing lane. That is something that he has thrived in doing this season. Rainford finds White for the 3. It's good.
And that's been something he's done throughout his whole career, is really step into the three-point shot. And he's one of the better catch-and-shoot players we'll see all season. And Malik White is really a threat, really, and to score anywhere on the floor, so the Green Wave are going to have to try and limit him here in the second quarter and throughout the rest of the game.
Malik White called for the contact on Fanara there. Graham Jr. comes back in, replacing Pease. White's already got 2 fouls on him. Donovan's going to chase it down. A speedy Green Wave wide receiver had no trouble getting that on the far end of the court. Graham Jr. in the corner. 2 hands across looking for Van Luling, and Van Luling stepped on the line. Coach Sereno saying that was tipped away by Randolph. James, does he have a point?
It was tipped, but I believe the ref is making the argument Van Luling gathered the possession in the front court, and then when he kind of put his foot back to gather a better position to run with the ball, he put his foot past the half-court line, making it a backcourt violation.
White goes hard across to Josine. The 3-point attempt by Michael doesn't go. Donovan catches the Hail Mary and then gets hit, and initially did not hear the whistle or see the official put his hand up. Eventually got the foul called.
And that foul puts the Green Wave in the bonus, so the Green Wave will be at the line with every foul for the rest of the second quarter and the rest of the first half, and it will give them many opportunities to get back in this game with free throws.
Donovan's fadeaway doesn't go. Rainford comes down with the rebound. Putback is good for Josine. A warning given to the Green Wave bench. Van Luling tosses to Donovan along the baseline. Very athletic play by those 2 guys to keep it in play. Now Donovan to the corner for Van Luling's 3. Off the back of the rim, the rebound goes to Dylan Swinton. 8-point lead for the Blue Devils. Malik White floats it up and in. The lead extends to 10. Fanara spinning fadeaway off the front of the rim. And Malik White collects the rebound and is then fouled by Van Luling.
Given how talented this Randolph team I'd be surprised if we don't see them in the Division IV Final Four, the Division IV state title game, because they're definitely obviously ranked number 1 in Division IV. I believe as well Burke is another contender for them for Division IV. So I'd be shocked if we didn't see those 2 teams facing it off. And because Randolph, the way they're playing tonight and the way they've played all season, really looks like not only in Division IV, but one of the top dogs on the South Shore.
Graham Jr. grabs the rebound. Well, let's talk about it. What a year the Randolph Blue Devils athletic program as a whole is having. Of course, they won the Super Bowl at Gillette Stadium.
Yeah, they beat, I believe, Hull. I believe the score was 20-14. And Malik White, I know he was, I believe, one of their running backs. And he had a tremendous season for Randolph. Now he's doing it out on the basketball court. So definitely a great athlete for Randolph and the Randolph athletic program. I believe they called also a intentional foul, said Tommy Fanara didn't make a play on the ball, awarding Randolph the technical free throw as well as the possession.
It is Lenny Tangashaka at the line, missing his first attempt. Quick hands by Coach Serino on the sideline.
He had a little heat on that pass as well.
There was a smoke trail behind it. Tangashaka's second attempt. It's 1 for 1, and now Randolph will have possession of the ball. 5.5 to go, second quarter, 11-point lead for the Blue Devils, 30-19. Offensive foul away from the ball called on Josine. Called for a block offensively.
Yeah, I believe it's probably because I believe it was an illegal screen and awards the Green Wave with the possession with the offensive foul. Oh, but he's not looking for the pass either.
Donovan's Graham's rainbow pass. He was looking for Fanara, miscommunication there. Donovan's going to come back in. White's short two doesn't go. Leggett with the rebound. He splits the D, kicks to Fanara. Fanara step aside three. Bang! Timeout called by the Abington Green Wave. Big three by Tommy Fanara. James, that brings us back within 8:30-22 with 5:06 to go. Is that the momentum swing that the Green Wave needed here in the second quarter?
Yes, and as you said, a big-time three by Tommy Fanara, and it really gives it, like you said, it gives the Green Wave a little bit of a momentum swing. You could feel the momentum kind of shifting towards Norwell's way. They went on a bit of a 5-0, 6-0 run, gave them a little bit of momentum, but now Tommy Fanara hits that three. I like this timeout by Coach Serino. Kind of put a defensive game plan in there, try and get some stops because they've had trouble defensively so far tonight. So hopefully for the Green Wave, they can start to battle back in this game and maybe get it down to a 4 or 3-point game with maybe 3 minutes remaining, and they'll be in a lot better position.
Between the second, third, and fourth quarters, the Green Wave pretty much across the board, averaging 16 and a half points per quarter. They've had more than that at times, had a little bit less than that at times.
And I remember one game we saw, I can't remember who the opponent was. It might have been Mashpee. And the Green Wave put up maybe 25 points in the second quarter after a slow start to the first quarter.
I believe that might have been Carver. It was either Carver or Norwell that happened. It was like 13-7 at the end of the first. Donovan comes up with a steal and then lost the handles to Malik White, who then gets blocked by Ismias. Donovan calling for it in the corner. Fanara kicks to Ismias underneath the bucket, and it is out of play off of the Green Wave. And Donovan thinking to himself, what if he got that ball left alone in the corner? Foul called. 2 hands in on Ismias. Pease is going to come back in. Second foul against Ismias. He'll get the breather. Three is good for Josine.
And more times than not, when Josine finds an open shot, especially like that one with not really any defenders around him, it's more likely than not going to be money.
Rainford tapped the ball away from Fanara. Pease got tied up with Rainford. Dual possession called. The Green Wave will retain. They'll have 28 to shoot. Graham Jr. floats it into Pease, who fires it to Fanara, over to Donovan. Perimeter ball movement, back to Graham. Donovan, Fanara. Fanara, step back 2, off the top of the backboard, out of play.
It looks like with that take, Fanara was kind of trying to draw a foul. It looked like number 22, Camden Rainford, was kind of giving him a lot of contact, but no call.
Count it, and 1. Leggett called for the contact to the head. Malik White at the line to attempt a three-point play. Marquise White's going to come back in, as is Dylan Swinton. White hits it to extend the Randolph lead to now 14 points, 36-22 with 3:46 to go in the second. Fanara gives it to Deshaun Leggett. Leggett gains half court, goes behind the back, and a steal for Marquise White. He lays it up, count it, and 1. Leggett will get called for the contact.
That was a strong finish by Marquise White through a lot of contact. Deshaun Leggett, a strong player, but Marquise White showed off his strength and his athleticism there, and as well a big key piece for the Green Wave. Deshaun Leggett just picked up his 3rd foul, so he'll be out for most likely the rest of the first half, and we'll see how they'll monitor his minutes early in the second half.
Mike Van Luling in for Leggett. Donovan hands to Fanara. Bounces back to Donovan, now to the corner for a wide open Van Luling 3, it's good!
And hopefully that can kind of start a bit of a momentum swing. We saw it until the timeout, and the Green Wave really hopefully can get some momentum going their way and go on a little bit of a run.
Donovan lost the handles, it's collected by Swinton. White to the corner. Wide open 3 from the top. It's deep and it's good for Marquise White.
And the young sophomore, Marquise White, is really making plays everywhere on the floor tonight. He's played some great defense. He got a big steal, forced a turnover on Deshaun Leggett, and got the big and 1 on the other end of the floor. Just hit a big 3 for Randolph to give them a 17-point lead.
Graham to the corner. Fanara left open for the 3. Rims out. Marquise White with the rebound. And Van Luling called for a foul. There wasn't a lot of contact there, James. .236 to go in the second. Marquise White at the line for a 1-and-1. It's his first turn, the second. Two for 2. And back in comes Isaiah Michael. The lead is at 19 for the Blue Devils. Fanara gets blocked by Swinton. He'll go to the line for 2. The push called on Swinton. Fanara hits his first. And he goes 2 for 2. 2:25 to go in the second quarter. Driving baseline, laying it up and in is Michael. Graham called for the travel. I don't think he had the ball long enough to take 2 steps with it, let alone 3.
Yeah, an interesting call. Obviously, Graham and the Green Wave don't agree with it, but they've already been given a warning, so they can only say their fair share of criticism.
White far side wing to Swinton at the top of the key. Now it is Tangashaka. 3 doesn't go for Josine, and the Green Wave have the rebound. Donovan tossing the ball looking for Fanara. Instead it finds White. Was looking for the exclamation point slam. It was a layup instead.
His teammates looked like they were ready for the dunk as well.
Fanara, step aside 3. Rims out. Another rebound to the Blue Devils, who have been really good, James, tonight at limiting second, third, and fourth chances for the Green Wave. White deep 3, doesn't go. Pease with the rebound.
And yeah, they've been a great rebounding team all season. They've rebounded, and that's pretty much been the recipe to their success. The reason why they're 10-1 and atop the South Shore League along with the Green Wave, and they use their length and their physicality to really command on the defensive glass, and that's really been big for them tonight and all season.
Graham Jr. will head to the line for his 6th and 7th shots from the charity stripe.
And the Green Wave have been doing a great job of getting to the hoop. They just haven't really had many layups fall. They've drawn a lot of fouls, 9 fouls for Randolph here. And hopefully for the Green Wave in the second half, they can start to find more of a rhythm offensively and some shots can start to fall and they can try and claw back into this one.
Hunter Maxwell enters the game for his first mitts of the night. Graham goes 1 for 2. He is 6 of 7 overall from the free throw line. Michael over to Josine. Josine kicks to Swinton, and Swinton called for the travel. Under a minute to go, 58.7 seconds left. The lead is at 20 for the Blue Devils. Donovan finds Pease, now in for Van Looling off the glass and in. Josine floats it up and in.
And one thing that's big for the Green Wave is Connor Pease getting a lot more minutes tonight, and they'll need his big presence and his size out there if they want to have any chance of climbing back into this one, as well as get him some experience in a high-level, high-pressure game.
Shot clock off, 20 seconds to go. Randolph will try to hold on for a last shot here. The corner 3, no good. The Blue Devils get it back. Now they've got 6 to shoot. The layup is good for Tangashaka. And now tossed into the scorer's table. The buzzer sounds. James, it's a 22-point deficit for the Green Wave. I did not think those words would leave my mouth this season. What are we thinking is going to be the message at halftime?
Really, they've played well. I wouldn't say well, but they've played well enough offensively to be in this game. It's just really Randolph's getting whatever they want on the offensive end of the floor, and they've been a great offensive team all season, but 52 points in the first half is definitely something the Green Wave are not hoping for going into any game. And really, they're just going to preach defense in the locker room, and hopefully for the Green Wave they can start to find more rhythm defensively, limit the big players on Randolph like Stevens Josine, who's had a tremendous night. Marquise White's had a tremendous night. Malik White's had a tremendous night. I feel like their whole roster has had a tremendous night on the offensive end of the floor. So hopefully the Green Wave can really crack down defensively and try and get back into this one.
Well, we'll see if Coach Peter Serino can channel his inner Herb Brooks during the break. It's 52-30, the Green Wave trailing the Randolph Blue Devils at halftime. We're going to step aside, take a quick breather, and bring you third quarter action right after this. Hello and welcome back into the gymnasium here on the campus of Abington High School. For third quarter action, it is the Randolph Blue Devils and your Abington Green Wave. Once again, I'm Mad Dog Matt Nelson. He is Dr. James Madden. Tommy Fanara takes the quarter opening three. Zenis with the offensive board. His putback attempt is good. And James, we're talking to another coach at halftime, Coach Kelleher. The veteran of over 500 games on the gridiron, 300 victories. And he says the message needs to be get back to fundamental basketball. The Green Wave had issues breaking the man-to-man defense in the first half. He said you got to pay attention to the ball carrier, not just worrying about setting up the offensive play. And
yeah, he also said that the Green Wave just need to keep fighting, and really that's what they need to keep doing, like he said, and no matter what the score is, down 22 points at the half, obviously it's a tough situation to be in, really mentally and just in the heat of the game, but they need to keep fighting, really set a good tempo for later in the season as well. These two teams will meet again next week and really show that they're fighters and they won't quit, and they'll be back next week as well. Maybe just get back into this one.
This becoming a perennial playoff matchup. Last year it was these two teams in the South Shore League title game. Green Wave look like they're trying to employ a press, but Randolph has broken it easily on the last three possessions. And now a hit will be called on Evan Apaya. Randolph out to a 58-32 lead. Zenis can't track it down in the corner. The Randolph Blue Devils will take over. Tangashaka gives to White at the top of the key. Tangashaka takes 15 steps with the ball, no travel called. Apaya's floater is up and in. Graham backtracks. Fires it to the corner for Donovan. Now Fanara. 10 to shoot for the Green Wave. Donovan takes the corner three and drains it.
And hopefully for the Green Wave, they can start to knock down more shots, get this game maybe down to 15, and put themselves in a better position. Still, like I said, a tough task. And Randolph hits another three, gets back up to 28 points.
Timeout on the floor. 63-35. 5:34 to go in the third. See what kind of rotation we get going. See if the Green Wave think there's a chance to claw their way back in from 28 points down if the math cogs are working correctly. Their matchup at Middleborough High School on Friday evening was postponed due to quite the crazy ice storm. I can't recall ever seeing a storm quite like that.
Yeah, and I was surprised they didn't call it off the night before, because I was watching the news Friday morning. I saw Middleborough announced that they had no afternoon activities, so I was like, I believe they rescheduled it for next Saturday, the 12th, I believe the date is, at 6:30 p.m. down in Middleborough. So that should be a fun one. Two of the top teams in the South Shore League will battle it out. And Randolph just played Middleborough last week, I believe last Tuesday, and beat them. So Middleborough, a tough squad like always, and it should be a fun one next Saturday.
Fanara, fadeaway, doesn't go. Zenis the offensive board, but it is taken away by Apaya. Travel called here on Josine. Made the drive in anyway. Busy week next week for the Green Wave. Both men's, women's, and hockey. Get into that a little bit later. The dish is slapped out of play. It was Tangashaka trying to attempt the shot. He now inbounds, floated into Malik White. White drives in, gets held up, and dual possession is earned by Deshaun Leggett. Leggett back in with 3 personal fouls, James. That's something to keep an eye on.
And it's most likely because they need to try and find a way to get back in this game. And he just picks up his 4th foul, but really they need to try and find a way to get back in this game. And he's going to come out. I believe Mike Van Leeuwen's going to come in, but they trusted him out there, try and get back in this game, and unfortunately picked up his 4th foul, so he'll be out for a little bit's time.
A little soft push, but when in midair, everything looks a lot worse. To the corner for Tangashaka. He finds Apaya in the paint. Apaya's floater doesn't go. Ismius grabs the rebound and quickly hands off to Tommy Fanara. Bounce to the corner for Donovan. He floated that up for Ismius, who is fouled. He'll be at the line for 2.
And one thing I've noticed the past couple years is I really love what Coach Callan Jenkins has done with the Randolph program. He's really built a winning culture for Randolph, and they've had great teams. They had a great team last year. They have a team who's very capable of winning their state title this season. So he's really built a great culture. They have a lot of talent, a lot of athleticism. They play well together, and they have great chemistry out there, and they're just really a fun team to watch and definitely a team to look out for in Division 4 because they're very capable of going all the way.
Ismius goes 2 for 2. Hunter Maxwell in for Drew Donovan. Marquise White takes the 3. It does not go. Fanara taps the rebound to Ismius. Now Maxwell able to break the press. To the corner for Fanara's 3. It's good. Halfway through the third, 63-40 is the score. The deficit is 23 points. Apaya spinning. Can't beat the pure physicality of that one, James.
And yeah, he's been doing that for all season for Randolph. He really uses physicality. He's one of the bigger players on the Randolph roster, and Evans Apaya really has been getting whatever he wanted at the rim all season long.
Something to watch. Tommy Fanara on that last rebound attempt in the paint. He was contacted midair and immediately reached for his left shoulder. And we'll keep an eye on that. Timeout on the floor, 3:24 to go in the third. The lead back to 29 points for the Blue Devils, their largest of the game.
Obviously, basketball's a crazy game, and it's a game of run, so I don't want to write them off, but hopefully the Green Wave can continue to fight, really put a good message out there, say that they won't quit, they don't give up, and really get ready for their next matchup against Randolph. Obviously, they have a few games in between, but as the Green Wave, one thing they're huge on, it's been their motto the past couple seasons in the program. They don't want to lose to the same team twice, so they're going to get back in the lab, as they say, and get ready for next Friday night as they travel to Randolph in a game that's going to mean a whole lot in their last South Shore League game.
Green Wave currently ranked 4th in Division 3. It'll be good enough to host a playoff game or two.
I believe the only teams ranked ahead of them are number 1 St. Mary's, who I've got an opportunity to watch one of their games, and they're extremely talented. They had a talented football team, a lot of the same kids, and they're going to be a tough team to beat in the playoffs. I believe they're also ranked behind New Mission High School and Norton, who's ranked 3rd.
The issue on the floor is how many fouls the scoreboard's reading. The Blue Devils have had 3 called against them here in the third quarter.
It looks like the scorers table gave Abington their second foul and kept Randolph with 2 fouls when it should have been Randolph with 3, Abington with 1.
Yep, in that order, James, you are correct.
Yeah, I looked at it this morning to see who it was. Because I remember I was looking make sure St. Mary's was ranked number 1 because I've heard great things about their squad. I believe they're 15-1, and they're going to be a tough team to beat. But the Green Wave don't shy down of an opponent and of a challenge. So
Graham drains the Steph Curry range 3.
And that's something we've seen all season. I remember one game, I believe it was the East Bridgewater game maybe, and he hit maybe 3 or 4 of those. And he's done it all season for the Green Wave, and hopefully he can start to find a rhythm and put the Green Wave in a better position going forward tonight.
St. Mary's up in Lynn, 14-1, New Mission. That's going to be a mistake. The New Mission says that their record is 3-0.
And I actually do think that's accurate. They had a huge COVID outbreak. I looked at their schedule last night because I looked at the same thing. I said, how are they 3-0 ranked that high? And they're in the Inner City League, the Boston City League, so they have a tough schedule coming up because that's always a strong league with a lot of talent. Tech Boston is another team in Division III that's really talented this season, so they have some tough games coming up. So I'd assume their record's going to start to diminish and they might move down in the rankings. But unless they are as good as the number 2 ranking and continue to win basketball games and continue to stay high in the rankings.
Norton, 11-3. If the season ended today, James, the Green Wave would take on Dedham.
And they always have a good program. They're I don't really know much about Dedham, I won't lie, but
they're 6-9 this season, but they've got a pretty good strength of schedule rating.
Yeah, but I don't know which league they're in. It might be, I don't think it's the Hockomock League. Actually, it might be the Hockomock League because they're in the same area as Canton. But the Hockomock League's one of the most talented leagues and one of the toughest leagues in all sports, especially basketball. They have Franklin. I believe they have Olive Ames, who we saw earlier this season, as well as Canton.
The Marauders are in the Tri-Valley League.
The Tri-Valley League. So I was giving the Hockomock League a lot of love for no reason, but
the Hockomock League, you got the Cantons. I think Braintree's in that league.
Yeah, and Franklin, who's good at pretty much everything. Oliver Ames, who we saw earlier this year, like I said.
The Tri-Valley League, however, includes some powerhouses: Norton, Holliston, Hopkinton, Ashland, Millis, Medford, Dover, Sherborne, Westwood, Bellingham, Norwood, and Medway.
Norwood is a very good team. I got the opportunity to watch them. Yeah, we watched them earlier this season. The Green Wave actually scrimmaged Norwood. They came down here, and I believe they're 12-1, if I'm not mistaken. I believe they only have 1 loss and a lot of wins. They're ranked high in Division II, and they've got a great squad. They have a new coach. She was the old Braintree head girls coach. She was successful there. I believe they won 6 or 7 straight D1 state titles with Braintree.
Oh, yes.
They had those powerhouse teams. So she's up at Norwood doing great things.
Well, you know what they say about the Mustangs, James. They get a lot of horsepower.
They certainly do. They were a great group. We saw them earlier this year, like I said, and good luck to them throughout the rest of the season and all the other teams competing in their respective playoffs.
Sorry, for the people watching live, I had to make the pun. It had to happen.
I like the pun.
3 from the top of the key doesn't go for Tangashaka. The lead is currently at 22, 69-47, $1:13 to go in the third quarter. Fanara lost an edge. If I'm not mistaken, James, it looks like a new pair of shoes for Tommy Fanara tonight.
I believe you're right. I can't remember which ones he did have on, but those definitely do look new. I don't remember seeing them in the light blue.
White with streaks of pink, yellow, and blue.
Yeah.
The normal kicks. So that might be playing a factor in. You never know. Shaka goes strong to the bucket and puts it off the glass and in.
I can't remember who the player was, but there was an NBA player once. He had a bad first half. He went in the locker room. He said
he changed his shoes.
Came out, and I think he scored maybe 32 points in the second half or something, and gave his team the victory. I wonder if
I want to say that might have been Klay Thompson.
I think it might have been Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson is obviously a different breed of a basketball player. I'm happy to see him back on the court now, coming off his torn ACL.
Well, back in my day, there was a movie about it, Like Mike. If you haven't seen it, see it. Lil Bow Wow was the star of that one, and the plot line is that he had shoes that were enhanced by the power of Michael Jordan, making a 13-year-old kid the basketball skills like Mike, and he ended up playing for the Los Angeles. Oh, what was the name of the team, James?
I was going to say it wasn't the Los Angeles Clippers.
The Knights, I think?
Yeah, probably the copyright reasons I couldn't use the Clippers. I believe it was the same colors as the Clippers.
It was red, white, and blue. They played in the old LA Coliseum, what they built for the Anaheim Ducks, the original out there. Fenner comes out for his typical quarter end breather with 5.3 seconds to go. But in the final game of the movie, Lil Bow Wow's character does not have the Michael Jordan shoes. I won't get into why he didn't have the shoes, but he did. You gotta watch the movie to find out why. He gets them back at halftime, and he proceeds to put the game of his life on the court, and the Knights come back to win.
Who knew we'd be giving a Like Mike promo tonight?
One of the classic sports movies of all time. The third quarter has come to an end. It is a 25-point lead for the Blue Devils, 72-47. 8 minutes to go. James, what are we thinking for the fourth?
And similar to what I said for the third quarter, just keep fighting and really because you don't want to hurt. The only thing you can really hurt right now is your ego, and hopefully for the Green Wave they can keep fighting, put a positive message in the locker rooms, say we didn't give up, and really get back in the gym tomorrow, practice, and move on. Really, that's all you can do right now. You can't do anything about tonight's game. Obviously, they didn't come out with their best basketball, and that happens. And Randolph's a tremendous team, so they really just have to get ready for the Bedford, I believe the Buccaneers, Wednesday night, and really move on. It's going to be a big one. Bedford, I think, ranks 24th in Division II, so they've got a great group, and it's going to be another tough one. And
it's D2, so the Green Wave will get a big strength of schedule boost from that. Exactly,
and that's just, I believe it's their last non-league game. Excuse me, I do think they play Sandwich later in February in the Sean Cotter tournament, but they've had a tougher non-league schedule than normal this season. They played Foxborough, they played Silver Lake, and Bedford's going to be a tough game on Wednesday, and really just start to prepare for that one, forget about this one, and really move on. Short memories. As Bill Belichick once said, on to Cincinnati.
I was at the Cincinnati game that was the subject of the On to Cincinnati thing. I mean, it was massive. Wednesday's game, part of double barrel action on the networks of Abington Community Access and Media. We will also be live streaming from the Rockland Ice Rink as the Green Wave varsity hockey team takes on the Silver Lake Lakers.
And we've had some great players for the big guys stepping up, the seniors, Ryan Tobin, Kevin Cashman, Jack Shea, who scored his first career goal not too long ago against Norwell. It was a thriller the other night against Rockland. And hopefully the Green Wave for the hockey team can win Wednesday night against Silver Lake.
Donovan's starting to heat up, James. 7:19 to go. The lead cut to 21.
Starting to look like what he was doing against Rockland the other night, where he was really getting anything he wants. Hopefully the Green Wave can start to claw back into this one. I mean, 21 points. It's happened before. It's just going to be a tough task for the Green Wave to get back into this.
Well, one might remember that a team that goes by the name of the Falcons, they once blew a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl. Van Looling hits his second three of the night. Timeout called by Randolph. James, the lead is at 18 now. The Green Wave slowly but surely clawing their way back in.
And I never count out the Green Wave. They always fight. We saw a big-time comeback not too long ago, a couple years ago at the Garden. It was against Pope John. They were down maybe 11 with a minute, 7 seconds remaining, and it went all the way down to the buzzer. Will Klein hit a big-time three for the Green Wave to give them the win, 72-71 in the state semifinals. So, like I said, I never count out the Green Wave because you never know what they're capable of. In basketball, it's a game of runs, so all we can do is watch and see what happens.
All right, well, while we got the quick timeout, since we were talking about Like Mike, top of your head, what's the best sports movie of all time? 3 seconds, go.
I'm going to have to go Coach Carter. I love that movie. It's a classic. Like you said, Like Mike's a great movie, but Coach Carter, every now and then, just hits different.
See, I got a 1A and 1B. I've had this debate many times. Remember the Titans is 1A. Denzel Washington was just absolutely perfect in that movie. Miracle.
You can't go wrong with Miracle.
Miracle is 1B. Similar story in the Olympics this year. No NHL players.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to watch a little Olympics. I'm never big on the Summer Olympics because I'm a big basketball guy, obviously, and basketball is obviously in the winter. And I'm always a big basketball guy, but I was watching a little bit of Olympics last night. I was watching the snowboarding.
Graham tosses to Maxwell for the three. Doesn't go. Apaya with the rebound. And a foul committed by Connor Pease. I was watching a little bit of the group stage of the women's ice hockey, and as soon as the U.S. went up like 8-0, I said, all right, this is enough.
I saw a score. Believe it or not, Canada was good at hockey, but I saw a score. Canada beat it was Finland 11-1.
Yes.
Absolute thrashing.
And then the U.S. beat, I believe, Switzerland by a big score.
The U.S. always has a good women's hockey team. I think they won the gold medal in South Korea in 2018.
They did. Over Canada.
USA versus Canada hockey games are always classics.
In a shootout. And not just like a 3-round shootout. I believe it went to extra innings.
Yeah. And I forget her name, but I was watching the NHL skills competition the other night, and she was on the girl.
That was Lamoureux.
Yep, Lamoureux.
Jocelyn Lamoureux.
She's a tremendous player, like they all are. And I love watching. That's one sport in the Winter Olympics I love watching is the hockey. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the NHL players this season. I was looking forward to that, but obviously to ensure their safety and the league's safety.
And they had a lot of games to make up.
Yeah, they had the intermission earlier, I believe it was in December.
Maxwell, count it, and one. Coach Kalon Jenkins, the message from him is there's no excuse for that basket, none at all, in those words.
And that's really his mentality. He's kind of a no-excuse guy. He doesn't like to blame the officials, and that's why I'm a huge fan of his coaching style. If his players, make a mistake, he lets them know, but he doesn't let them know, in a kind of snarky way. It's more of just a coaching way because he really cares about all of his players, and that's why Randolph has been so successful under his coaching.
Deep three for Marquise White. He is good. 5 minutes to go here in the fourth. Dylan Swinton called for his third foul. Curtis Lucas Summers is going to come in for his first minutes of the game. Some of the more underrated Winter Olympics to watch. Love short track speed skating.
I actually do love the speed skating as well. It's very energetic. It's kind of a lot of intensity. And one sport I do love watching is the bobsledding. I'm a big bobsledding fan.
The bobsledding and the luge.
Big bobsledding fan.
Team to watch, speaking of great sports movies, Cool Runnings.
Yeah, Jamaica's back in it this year.
They're in 4 events. One-handed slam for Evans Apaya.
I saw the Parade of Nations. The Jamaica bobsled team was obviously happy to be back in the Olympics. I believe it's been 20 years.
Swinton went up for the dunk, missed it. And Coach Jenkins yelling at his team to get back defensively.
Two players probably discussing plans after the game. Maybe grab a bite to eat.
I mean, a lot of good food. In Randolph, I'll give Randolph this. They've got the best bar pizza place in the entire country.
Which place is that?
Linwood, hands down.
Linwood? I haven't been there.
Oh, God. If you're a fan of South Shore bar pizza, Linwood's the top of the top.
I'll have to check it out sometime. I'll take your word for it.
For all those who may be watching, go ahead, at me. I'll debate anybody on the topic. It's Linwood, Cape Cod Cafe, Poopsies down in Pembroke. Those are the top three.
It seems this is something you feel very strongly about.
Oh, yes. I've had many debates with people. Town Spa is nowhere near the top 10 down in Stoughton.
Not a big Town Spa fan?
No, they use a conveyor belt and mozzarella cheese. It's all messed up. Maxwell gets the floater pass from Antoine Graham Jr. The three, long two for Jack Robbins, who's in the game. Quick timeout by Abington. 3:46 to go in the fourth. 83-59. The Venus Cafe in Whitman is also very good.
I'm a big Venus fan. I love Venus. They got some great pizza over there.
If you're looking for more information on bar pizza, check out the YouTube channel of Abington Community Access and Media. We actually do a series on South Shore bar style pizza called The Pizza Boys, starring Alex Bazanton and Tim Chapin. We've been to the Venus, we've been to the Cod, been to Lucy's down at Timber Lanes, JP Ryan's, among others.
Where is Cape Cod Pizza?
Cape Cod Cafe, affectionately known as the Cod to us who are originally from Brockton, is on the south side of Brockton, South Main Street, and they are quite handily the second best bar pizza in existence, right behind Linwood. They're comfortably in second place.
I'm looking forward to getting over to Linwood.
No, there's nothing. It's an otherworldly experience eating Linwood pizza.
Maybe when we're up in Randolph next Friday, I'll ask maybe the bus, we can take a stop on the way home.
Absolutely. Now, fair warning, it's an old school joint. It's cash only. On a Friday night, you might be looking conservatively at a 2.5 hour wait for a 10-inch pizza. That's how good it is, folks. Worth every minute, though. It'll take you about 4 minutes to scarf the thing down, but it's worth the 2.5 hour wait.
I'm honestly intrigued. I'm really excited to eat this pizza. I'm going to have to take your word for it until I do, though.
You'll have to call it in before the game and pick it up after the game. That's about when it'll be ready.
Sounds like a plan.
Graham gets tied up with Rainford. And Isaiah Michael puts it up and in. Well, if there was any doubt, I think that's now been erased with 3 minutes to go. The lead is 28. Fourth foul on Isaiah Michael.
And like I said earlier, I'm looking forward to seeing how far this Randolph team goes. I looked at the ratings this morning for Division 4, and I don't really see a team that can beat them. Like I said, Burke, I heard's got a great squad. Can't remember his name, but they have a young freshman who has multiple Division 1 offers, 4 or 5, if I'm not mistaken. And those are the two teams I'd imagine we'll see later on this year in the state title game. And I'm honestly looking forward to hopefully finding a way to watch that, because definitely two of the top dogs in Division 4.
Aaron Zenis, the junior, into the game for his first minutes. Down low to Codio. He's fouled. The signal by the referee is offsetting minor penalties.
And, yeah, I like that call. Give both them. They both get a technical because they were going back and forth. So if you're going to give one of them a technical, you have to give the other one a technical. So great job by the officials to keep this game under control, make sure nothing crazy happens with 3 minutes left, and make sure everyone gets out of here with no bumps and bruises.
Timeout on the floor, 2:47 to go. I'm looking forward to a text from you if you actually get to Linwood.
If I do get to Linwood, you'll be the first person I text.
One bite, and you'll just, oh my God, it's that good. You get in the parking lot, and the smell hits you. That's what it is. It's more of the experience of going to Linwood. Codio will take his originally scheduled free throws. And then they'll sort out the techs. Codio misses his first attempt. What's your pizza topping of choice?
I'm a bit weary of saying this on the air because it's a controversial one.
Don't go there.
I don't want to say it.
Don't go there. You can get it at Linwood. That's all you need to know. It starts with a P, doesn't it?
It does start with a P, but I'm not going to say it. We'll move on. One pizza I actually do love is the Abington Depot. They have a buffalo chicken ranch pizza that I've grown to be a fan of. But a certain topping that begins with a P that I enjoy on pizza that most don't. But we're not going to use the name.
Right, well, order it laced and crispy, and you might be fine. Get some bacon on it.
It's a controversial topic.
It's a very controversial topic, and I happen to be on the other side of the aisle, but to each his own. If you enjoy it, so be it.
Exactly. So I can take it you're not a pineapple fan.
I am not, no. The only fruit that belongs on top of pizza is tomato.
Fair enough.
There is mass confusion on the floor. Randolph will inbounds. That is Josiah Asuji laying it up and in his first minutes of the game. Graham Jr. a deep three. It rims out. Probably 7 feet beyond the arc. $1:40 to go. 89-63. If there's a team that's good at making adjustments, well, there's two teams that are good at making adjustments. The New England Patriots and the Abington Green Wave. James, what do you think they'll work on in the next week to set themselves up for the rematch?
And really, nothing. They haven't really done anything, I wouldn't say wrong, but the second half was just, it is what it is. But the first half, really, they struggled defensively. Randolph really did a great job screening off the ball, finding open lanes, backdoor cutting, and really getting anything they wanted at the rim. As well as they turned the ball over a lot in the first half, and that led to Randolph getting a lot of transition points and getting easy buckets. They scored 52 points in the first half. So they're going to need to limit turnovers as well as limit backdoor cutting and screening and pick and rolls next Friday night in a game that will more likely than not decide the South Shore League Sullivan Division champion.
Another fair point. The Green Wave stepping up from the Tobin Division this year to compete in the Sullivan Division due to the MIAA's realignment. They now face Randolph in every sport save for football because not even the MIAA is stupid enough to take away the Abington versus Rockland football rivalry.
And yeah, Rockland, I believe, are they in the Tobin Division for everything?
I believe so.
Yeah, so they're in the Tobin Division for everything. I know Randolph, this is the only sport that Randolph is in the Sullivan Division for. It's basketball. They're definitely one of the powerhouses in the South Shore League every year, so the smart decision keeping them in the big school league.
Well, we shouldn't talk about Rockland football too loud because Coach Kell's sitting right next to us. And we don't want to get Coach Kell going on anything Rockland football related from this season. Randolph dribbles it out, the buzzer sounds, and the Blue Devils have come into Abington High School to defeat the Green Wave in a big way. 91-65 is the final score, James. There's a lot to work on in the next week, but I'm sure top of the list will be how to get around that man-to-man defense that Randolph found to be so successful in that first half.
And yeah, it's going to be a big talking point all week, this week and all week next week at practice, as they really get ready for themselves and eye the next Friday's matchup with Randolph. It's going to be a big one down in Randolph, up in Randolph, I should say. And the Randolph gym they always have a lot of energy up there, so it should be a fun one. And they're going to really need to, like I said, limit turnovers and get more productive defensive possessions and really play a lot better basketball than they did tonight. And it's going to be tough. Randolph obviously is a very talented team. We saw that tonight. And it's playing Randolph in basketball any year is not an easy task, and we saw that tonight, and we'll see it for the rest of the season.
Well, I will look forward to your review of Linwood. The final score from the gym tonight, 91-65, the Randolph Blue Devils defeating the Abington Green Wave. On behalf of everyone here at Abington Community Access Media, we want to thank you for watching. My broadcast partner, Dr. James Madden. I'm Mad Dog.